So this time of year, Rick Mast, are you watching a lot of football? Are you watching more college or NFL? I've always been much more of a college guy. I grew up a huge Ohio State fan, so last night was a good night. My whole family, I got brothers and sister that went to Ohio State, a bunch of aunts and uncles. So I was born into an Ohio State family. I never really had a NFL team that I really rooted for. We're about an hour from Detroit. So you had Barry Sanders and the Lions growing up. We're about 2 hours from Cleveland. The Browns kind of stunk when I was growing up. Then they moved. So I'm all into college football. I did start to watch a few of the playoff games, NFL, this past weekend, but I'm sad college football is over. But I can't complain because, again, the one team I care about, the Buckeyes, I'm 42 years old, Rick. And my favorite team has now won 3 national championships in my lifetime, and all 3 since 2002. So I can't complain. And you know what? I think a program on the level of Ohio State with their resources, they probably should win one national championship about every decade. I think that's fair.
Yeah, man. Congratulations to you, all you
Thank
Buckeyes,
you.
right? Dennis Bickmeyer, the president of Richmond Raceway, big time Buckeye. He's graduate, big time Buckeye. Well, he's not president any longer, but for years. And he was always, we're texting all the time about that deal, and I'm gigging him, getting on him about it. But congratulations to you, Charlie. I mean, me personally, I never felt it until, was it 19? When our Wahoos, Virginia Wahoos, won the National Basketball Championship. And that was like, damn, that was cool. I mean, that was really, really cool because, I followed that team since 76 in the football team. And, man, the college deal is just killing me right now. The NIL is it just every time I turn around, and maybe it's because it's affecting the teams that I follow more than other teams, right? Maybe the
Yeah.
teams that I follow are just not doing it properly yet. But our Wahoos have hit rock bottom in the basketball deal. 3-4
Mm-hmm.
years ago, we were champions, right? Our football team's not doing worth a crap, right? And we lost one of the greatest coaches to ever coach in college sports, Tony
Yeah.
Bennett. We lost him because of NIL, dude. He more or less said it. And so then the other side of it is, well, you got to get with, if you're going to be a coach in today's world, you got to get with the program. Nobody says, haven't heard anybody say we don't want players to get paid. Everybody wants players to get paid, but
Yeah.
the way they're going about it, in my personal opinion, the NCAA, whoever the NCAA is, ought to go in there that one day, lock the door, escort everybody out. Everybody, whoever they are, escort them all out and escort new people in. Because you can't screw up things any worse than this NCAA has screwed this our collegiate sports up in the last 10 years. There's nobody could screw it up as bad as those guys have done. But then, then you look at somebody like Ohio State, Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame's going to always have their kids. I don't care what they do with NIL because there's certain mindset of kids are going to go to Notre Dame because that's where they want to go, right? All the other schools have got to fight over, number one, the prestige of the school. And then the money thing kicks in. You're like, well, yeah, we might have a chance to win there, but I'm going to make another $400,000 if I go to this team, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I think a lot of that stuff in the transfer portal, man, I guess a few things got Rick Mast pissed off this week. It's the NCAA group, the committee. Fire every damn one of them. Every one of them. I don't care if they're the janitor. Get them out of there. Lock the door. Put a new group in that. And you know what I'd put in to run this thing? You know what I would do, Charlie? I'd go with Jay Wright.
Okay.
Nick Saban, Roy Williams.
How about Tony
Bennett?
Yeah.
Tony Bennett. That's who I would put running this thing. I really would. Yeah, they probably don't want that headache, but that's who I'd put. That's who I'd put in there. And all of them say the same thing. We agree. We want our kids to make money. But damn, we can't get in the bid more. I mean, if you're a college coach, you might as well be. Nowadays, you might as well be an NFL head coach. I mean, all you're doing, you're trying to figure, or a general manager of a professional team because you're bidding the rights. You're dealing with the agents, right? It ain't about the school anymore. But anyhow, past all that, the Redskins, man, when I was little coming up, we had one little TV station we could get. It was very snowy, and my uncle had it. We didn't even get it at our house hardly. I had to go up on the hill and watch Sunday football, and I watched the Redskins, man. I watched the Redskins all through the years.
Mm-hmm.
Redskins have always been number one, and we haven't had anything. We haven't won anything since 1991, I think. Last time we were in the NFC Championship. And here we are, man, 2025, we're going to the NCAA. Crap. We're going into the NFC National League Football Championship, dude, against the Eagles, our sworn enemy, the
Yep.
Eagles. Well, the Cowboys are Eagles. Yeah. But anyhow, that's the one that's got me excited right now is the Redskins. Damn it, the Commanders. The
Mm-hmm.
Commanders, not the Redskins, the Commanders. I don't care. They're still the Redskins to me. I'm just too friggin' old, Charlie, to change. I'm going to always say Redskins, dude.
It's all good. Hey, so you bring up a good point though about NIL, and I think about this too. So clearly, I'm an Ohio State fan. They have a $20 million roster. Not every school can have that. I'm very aware of that. But also, I went to Bradley University, which is a mid-major. We don't even have a football program. We have a
Yeah,
basketball program, which is pretty damn good. But you're going to see if you get a kid who goes to Bradley and his freshman year, like, let's be real, he grew up, he probably wanted to go to Illinois. He probably wanted to go to Indiana, Wisconsin, whatever. He goes to Bradley. He averages 17 points a game his first year. Well, all of a sudden now Illinois wants him. So it's going to hurt the mid majors. And you bring up a great point. NIL is great for Ohio State. Look at Virginia. Virginia won with a style in basketball. Tony Bennett did more with less, right? He didn't
right,
have these
right.
blue chip recruits, but he
No.
was playing his style. He won a national championship, had unbelievable success. And I know part of the reason he left is all the NIL crap. And now it's really hard for a team like that to compete now when it's pretty much all about the money.
Yeah. Look at Louisville. Louisville sucked tip down for forever. And look at them this year, man. They're one of the hottest teams in the nation. They
Mm-hmm.
got a new coach. All the players on that team are new to the team, right? They brought them in, excuse me, from the NIL and all that, and they're doing great, and that's a good thing for that school. But Charlie, I don't know. Being old school, I just got used to Bennett's deal. We would
Yep.
start reading. You would start if you're a fan of that team. I would start reading the recruiting deals, man. When guys were sophomores and juniors in high school, we'd see who Bennett was recruiting, and we'd keep up with that, right? And he was some of them, some of them, excuse me, some of them we'd get, and some of them we wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
But then we got him, we got him on the team, excuse me, and they would redshirt the guy, right?
Yeah.
So you go to the ball games and you've seen this guy you followed for 2 years, and he's sitting there redshirted, right? And then he finally the next year he gets to play. Well, by his third or fourth year, man, he's a superstar, and you're winning. You're winning the ACC championship every year. You go into the tournament every year, and then the next year or two, that guy that you watched, right, that maybe was a 3-star recruit. Guess what, Charlie? He's playing in the friggin' NBA,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's what Bennett did. He brought decent talent in, worked their asses off, and learned how to play the ball, the game the right way, and end up making millions in the NBA. That was one. Who's the last guy? Trey Murphy had
Mm-hmm.
transferred into Virginia a few years ago. Good player, but he transferred in, and his statement was, "I want to play in the NBA. I've got to play for Tony Bennett for a couple of years to figure out how to improve my stock to play in the NBA." Right, and he's one of the top. Well, he's above major. He's above mid pay scale in the NBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right, doing very well. And that's what I personally enjoyed about watching our Virginia team through the years. Right, then NIL comes along, all that's gone. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to get instant gratification for 1 year. Whatever guys we brought in, whatever guys we hire from the NIL to come into our team, and we'll go watch them play, we get instant gratification for 1 year, because the next year you're going to have a whole different set of faces, and that's what it is right now, right? And if you're going to enjoy it, you got to accept this is the way I'm going to enjoy this, right? Now, granted, our Who's right now are sucking hind tit; they're not playing very well, so that makes me more disgusted, right? But that's the reality. That's the reality of what we live in right now.